PJ, thanks for sitting down and chatting with me.
My pleasure.
You're doing a few sessions this week?
That's right. That's right.
How many?
Actually doing one session.
Wow, that's like light for you, isn't it?
It feels pretty good. I learned my lesson last time. I tried to do too many sessions and didn't get to enjoy the conference. So
right.
This has been much better. But yeah, I did a session with a coworker of mine, and we got to talk about some cool things we're doing at Qualcomm using social technologies. We've got some management training programs, and some of our program managers have done a great job of using new technologies like Jive and social technologies that allow discussion forums and document sharing and that kind of a collaboration space along the way during a management skills training program. So we presented that case study and got a lot of great feedback from people.
Nice. I think that's an important conversation organizations are having these days, and how to bring social into their organization. Kind of keep it in the sandbox a little bit, keep it valuable and relevant, and engage employees in that space.
Definitely.
So, did you have any? What was your best question from the audience? Did you have any really interesting questions?
Absolutely, they were great questions. It was a very engaged audience. One of the biggest questions is if you've designed a learning program that has multiple elements to it, so it's blended. You have instructor-led, you have informal parts, you have online learning. How do you continually draw the learner back to the program, keep them engaged throughout the entire experience? If the entire experience lasts several weeks or several months, how do you keep them engaged?
Interesting.
And we talked about essentially the marketing and communication that goes into the program and the design of that to continually keep up with the learners without pestering them. We don't want to be the training police.
Right.
But designing that communication in order to keep them on the right path, make sure they know exactly what things they're responsible for, and make sure that they get through the end of the program successfully.
I think that's one of our hidden parts of our job descriptions sometimes, that marketing aspect of things, you know. We used to make sizzle videos, things that would get people excited about the training, right? And find a way to connect with them and show them the relevance of it, right?
Definitely.
Keeping them engaged.
Definitely.
So what have the, you know, the hallway conversations been like here at DevLearn for you?
This has been a great DevLearn. This has been one of my favorites, and it's been exciting because I think we're getting to better conversations. And what I mean by that, in the past, I think there's been a lot of excitement around new technologies and almost too much excitement. People see the shiny, fun things, get distracted, and may not be using the new technologies as well as they could be for education and learning. What I'm really enjoying seeing and hearing is the conversations that are more about design. So people are finally realizing, yes, we've got some really great tools, great technologies, but how do we design well so that we can really maximize the impact of our learning programs? Yeah. And that's been the most exciting thing for me this year at DevLearn.
One of the things that I enjoy, kind of being a regular, right, coming to these conferences, I think if you come once, it's great. You get tons of value. But if you come a few times, right, you watch the evolution of this stuff, right, happen. First, we're talking about the buzz. What's, you know, this new exciting shiny piece, right? And then the next time we come back, people have actually tried some things, and they can have those conversations with us.
Exactly, and it's the lessons that are learned along the way that ultimately help us design better.
Sometimes that failure, that science, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Fail fast.
That's right.
A good thing.
Yeah, so we're seeing some successes in some of these technologies. I mean, obviously, the social media it's maturing, right? And now we have new things we're talking about. Mobile is still in that buzz, and cloud stuff, and there's just a ton of things to talk about. And everything that we have is at a different place.
Absolutely. I've been really excited to see the coverage of mobile here at DevLearn. Two of the best sessions that I've attended have been about designing experiences for a mobile device. And I think we're, again, getting into better, deeper conversations about design that I think are going to have a really great impact on the things that we do.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty exciting right now.
Well, initially we were like either I want to build an app, right? Or how do I take my Flash e-learning course and cram it onto the iPad, right? Exactly. And I think we've learned, maybe some of us, that that's not the best approach, and that we need to approach it a little differently because of the way that we interact with the device.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Nice. So, what's your next frontier? What are you looking at for you personally to kind of learn more about through like things like DevLearn? What are you kind of studying?
So I'm fascinated by the trend toward mobility and users or learners accessing materials more on the go when they need it, on the job. So I think that's an entirely new frontier to explore. Again, we might go through several processes of or several iterations to get the designs right, but I think there's just a blank landscape there right now for us to explore.
One of the things at first we have a little bit of fear sometimes that things are going to take our job, right, or whatever. But like if you look at performance support and the opportunity, it used to sit in different parts of the organization, but there's a huge opportunity to bring it into the learning and development department, right? And that's adding a little more value for ourselves, right, and supporting the other training types of things that we do, so we can really kind of bridge the gap where we're kind of missing, in that course that we developed or that classroom,
Definitely.
Leveraging that.
I think the key part of that is diagnosing and figuring out when to best apply things like mobile learning. I think there's some people are still jumping to it a little too quickly. They think, hey, let's get mobile learning because it's pretty cool and because everybody has a cell phone.
Right.
So I think we'll see some bumpiness there as far as people figuring out what works best for workers. One thing we've actually experienced at Qualcomm that's been a little tricky is we're very excited about mobile learning. We think there's some great opportunities, but a majority of our workforce during their workday, an 8-hour workday, are either in front of their laptop or in their office or have a computer within 10 feet of them. So mobile may not be a fantastic.
It's not always the answer
for them, but there still could be other areas where it's helpful for them.
Yeah, to support or whatever. Yeah. Well, fantastic. Thank you for sitting down and chat with me. I appreciate the conversation. It's always good to chat.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
You bet.